What the frick? Oh man, my subscription is out. I thought I paid for this. Starting at $10. $9.99. Should I even buy Adobe? Is there an option other than Adobe for Lightroom and Photoshop that works just as well? Okay, looks like Lightroom and Photoshop. Oh wait, Lightroom and Photoshop together, 20 gigs, $9.99. Here we go. Thank you. Like, that's all I wanted. So they kind of hide the plans. You got to find them. It first offers you the 1 terabyte plan for $19.99. It doesn't even show you the $9.99 option. So you got to go dig for it. And then it's like, oh yeah, there is this 20 gigabyte $9.99 option with Lightroom and Photoshop. But you have to go search for it. If you need the cloud, then fine, get the 1 terabyte one. Everything I do is locally. I save everything on my drives and stuff. So, wait, there's a fee after 14 days. This is what they're being sued for, isn't it? What is the actual fee? Cancel before to get a full refund. Terms of use, subscription, and cancellation. What is the fee? Oh my gosh. I gotta go through all this stuff. This is why they're getting freaking blasted online. Fees may apply. Well, what's the fee? It doesn't tell me what the fee is. What the frick? Fee applies if you cancel after 14 days. What is the fee? It doesn't tell you the freaking fee. If you cancel, you'll be charged a lump sum amount of 50% of your remaining contract obligation, avoiding the termination fee. Having already shelled out $60. Canceling. Okay, so how do I deal with this? Because I want it, but I don't want to pay the stupid cancellation fee if I decide to cancel before a year. So do they have just a month-to-month plan? Fee applies if... Oh, monthly. Okay, there we go. So there's the monthly. No, there isn't the monthly. This is both annual paid, monthly, annual prepaid. What's this one? Oh, here we go. They have a monthly for $34.49. Are you freaking kidding me? Yeah. So this is what I'm talking about right here. So this is side note. Okay. So I was just gonna renew my Adobe subscription to Photoshop and Lightroom because it's $9.99 a month, and you're like, oh, tight. Here it is, right here, 20 gigabytes. I don't need the 1 terabyte. So there's a 1 terabyte version, and then there's a 20. The 1 terabyte is $20 for Lightroom and Photoshop. It's in here somewhere. It's like over here. Here it is. But so you're like, tight. I don't need the 1 terabyte. I'll get the 20 gigabyte, $9.99. So you select it and you're like, tight. Annual, prepaid, monthly. What does that mean? Annual, prepaid, month, or paid monthly? What? Oh, you could pay it $9.99 a month, but it's an annual agreement, right? And then it says fee applied if you cancel it after 14 days. What's the fee? It doesn't say. So you have to go to this little I button and it takes you to their website, and it's still hard to find out what the fee is. Like, I had to read through a bunch of stuff and I still couldn't find it. It was like blah 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 blah, all this stuff, and I was like, what is the fee? Like, I click on this, it doesn't take me anywhere. I don't even remember how I got to where it explained where the fee was. If you cancel after 14 days, your service will continue until the end of that month's billing period, and you'll be charged an early termination fee. What's the fee? It doesn't say. So I had to search online, and it was like, oh, the fee is like something like 50% of your remaining balance for that period, which would be annual. So if you do the annual and you pay for a month, you have 11 months remaining, the fee would be like 50% of that. So I'm like, what? Why is it so hard to figure that out? First of all, it needs to be very clear right here. And I mean, yeah, I can understand that if you're going to do annual agreement, there could be a termination fee, but they need to make it more clear. And then also, what if I don't want to do annual? What if I want to do month to month? No option here, except for the monthly, annual, paid monthly. So if you want to go monthly, you can pick this one here, I guess. Which, by the way, this is so like, I guess these are the only plans for photo, I guess. Anyway, this one right here, here's a monthly, $34.49. You get Photoshop, Adobe Express, Firefly, Fresco, no Lightroom. So $34 for all this if you do monthly, and there's no fee. Yeah. So the only options if you need Lightroom and Photoshop are the 1 terabyte or the 20 gigs, or you can get Lightroom and Photoshop separately. Does this one have a monthly? No. If you want Lightroom, you have to pay the annual. So you can pay monthly for the annual on that one, and you have a fee if you have to cancel. Or you can get the Creative Cloud. Oh my gosh. Was this how it was before? I can't even remember. It's been so long since I've like actually looked at the plan. I just always automatically paid for it. Fee applies if it cancels after 14 days. So annual paid monthly is $60. If you don't want if you want to do month to month, $90. $90. What? Or just a measly $659.88 per year. You know, no worries. You know, if you're just gonna edit some video, some Premiere, Photoshop, Illustrator, or whatever, it's only $600. It's only almost $700 a year. That's nothing. That's peanuts. You know, especially if you're doing stuff like just for a hobby, or maybe you know you're not getting paid a lot at your work, and you know they're not gonna pay for your Creative Cloud, or you're on contract and you're maybe not able to charge that much. You know. What's $700 almost? What? I don't know. I mean, I knew I was paying like $60 before. Actually, I had like discounts. I was paying less than that. I forgot why. I did like an education discount or something for a while, and then whatever. I tried to cancel, and then it's like, oh no, we'll give you this discount if you stick with us. So here we have. And I knew about this recently, or I've known about this, what's been going on. At least I heard about it, but I haven't read through it yet or watched any videos about it. But the FTC is suing software giant Adobe over hidden fees and an overly complicated cancellation process. So I have canceled it a couple times, and I wouldn't say, I don't know if I'd say overly complicated. I guess you could say it was complicated. It was more of like you had to click on like things 10 times to cancel it. So it was like, cancel. Are you sure you want to cancel? Cancel. If you stick with us, we'll give you a discount. Cancel. Continue. Are you sure that you want to continue to cancel? We'll give you this discount. Cancel. It's like 5, 6, 7 clicks before you can actually cancel it. And I don't even remember where I found the cancel button. So I would say, yeah, I guess you could call it overly complicated. To me, it wasn't super complicated. It was just like you had to click a bunch of freaking buttons. The preeminent software licensing company, it's good software. I mean, it's really good. Whose products include industry standard programs like Photoshop and Illustrator. What I've been using the most lately, I've been using Photoshop and Lightroom. Actually, I haven't that much lately. I've really only been using Photoshop to like cut things out, you know, easily, and use the generative AI. But lately I've been using Figma and CapCut way more, like all the time. Figma and CapCut. Even though Figma, not really amazing for everything. It's suited for more like design work for websites and that kind of thing. But still, I've been using that like exclusively for work for the past couple jobs. And then CapCut does everything basically that I need it to do over Premiere. But it's actually better because it has all these preloaded presets and transitions, and it's just really easy to use. So you can just easily drag and drop stuff. And yeah, the transitions, especially with like short form video these days, which I've been doing a lot more of. Yeah, it's awesome. CapCut, I would say, is better than Premiere unless you're doing, you know, maybe bigger budget stuff, movies, that kind of thing. Then not so much, probably. Stuff where you need more tools and features and stuff, I would say. But for just a YouTube, yeah, CapCut has been awesome. I don't think I really need to go back to Premiere, to be honest with you. And I was using Premiere for years, like a decade, really, like literally, yeah, literally a decade, since CS6, I think. What was it? CC, when it switched to CC, I forgot when that was exactly. Yeah, they're being sued for surprising customers with hidden termination fees, which I would say, would you call that hidden? I would say kind of, yeah. I mean, it's there, but it's like it doesn't tell you what it is. So what is it, $10? Is it $20? What's the hidden? What's the fee? So yeah, it is hidden. It doesn't say right here. It just says fee applies. So if you're like, oh yeah, okay, no problem. You know, I don't care about the fee. I'll just pay for it. You know, $20 fee, whatever. If I want to cancel, no problem. No, it's actually 50% of the annual cost. So $9.99. So $10 times 12 would be $120. So it'd be 50% of that, right? At least according to my research. And if you do the, you know, $60 a month, that would be $650 divided by 2. So anyways, that's kind of going to be a surprise. You're going to be like, wait, you didn't tell me what the fee was. And you know, maybe you could say maybe you would miss this, or you'd just be like, yeah, whatever. You might just be like, if you're like in a rush or whatever, oh man, I got to pay for my thing. I forgot. Continue. And you don't read this and you're like, oh, it's just $10 a month. Perfect. Great. Awesome. Amazing. So, but I don't know. You can, I mean, you should read. But at the same time, like, usually how websites do this is they have an annual plan, and then you click a button to switch to monthly, and then it shows a little higher price for monthly. So it incentivizes you to pay for the annual, like the one-time annual. So they don't usually have like an annual agreement paid monthly. They don't usually do that. Websites don't usually do that. So I'll give you an example here. Let's go to any subscription website. Any. Let's see. What's one that would have tiers? Let's see if I can think of one. Epidemic Sound is for music, which, yeah. Okay, so let's go to their plans if I can find it. Hello. Pricing. Here we go. Personal. Here we go. See, this is what I was talking about right here. Pay yearly or pay monthly. And they tell you what the discount is if you pay a year up front. So yearly, and they always start yearly because they want you to pay for a whole year. Personal, commercial, enterprise. And they always tell you like what the breakdown per month would be, but you don't actually pay per month. You pay the whole year up front. But they tell you what the breakdown is so that you can compare it to the monthly and be like, oh, per month, if I pay for the whole year, I'm getting a big discount. So if you switch to monthly here, you can see I can pay $17.99 a month, or I can pay up front the full year, and it's actually only $10 a month if you broke it into monthly, if you split it up into all the months. And that's how most websites do it, and it's easy to understand. You save 55% with a yearly subscription, and you can either do monthly for one price, or yearly all upfront, one price upfront for the whole year, and then it's less. It's 55% less. Whereas Adobe is like, oh, you can pay upfront one yearly price upfront, or you can pay a monthly, this right here, as it's a year agreement is what it really is. It's a year agreement. But you can pay that year agreement monthly. And if you cancel, there's a cancellation fee. Or for some of our plans, but not all, you can pay monthly, but it's going to be a higher cost. So that's how Adobe does it. They have one extra option. They just don't really make it that clear. Usually, it's just like I showed you in Epidemic. It's this right here. It's either a monthly fee or an annual one-time fee. But here, this is, anyways, you get the point. So that's confusing, first of all. Second of all, yeah, I agree. They do not show the, what's the charge if you cancel. They don't show it. Hello, yes, I would like Google Fiber, but excuse me. Overcomplicated. So this action is a non-criminal suit against Adobe and two of its executives that will result in civil penalties, usually fines or other financial penalties. If they are found guilty, the case will be heard in the Northern District of California. Yeah. Amazon faced a similar FTC charge for auto-enrolling customers in their Prime subscription, and stalling their cancellation once registered. The click-to-cancel rule proposed by the FTC in 2023 has generally ascribed the notion that an online subscription should be as easy to cancel as it is to join. Yeah. Because the only point that it would be hard to cancel, make it hard to cancel, is not a technological reason. It's because they just don't want you to cancel. If they slow you down, they probably crunched the numbers and they were like, the slower we make it or the harder they make it to cancel, you'll just not cancel. You got other stuff to do. You're gonna be like, man, I don't have time for this. And then you'll go for another month and you won't cancel. And you'd be like, it's $10 or whatever. Whatever. So that's probably what it is. So the sign-up process for a subscription to any Adobe product is pre-selected to favor their annual paid monthly plan. And this is what I was talking about. While it may seem that users are entered into a month-to-month contract in accordance with their billing cycle, the plan actually requires users to commit financially to the entire year. Yeah. So what they need to do is they need to say, this is a year-long agreement, like a cell phone. Like you're entering into a contract for a year. Canceling the subscription has an early termination fee requiring a 50% payment, which it doesn't say anywhere, of the total annual cost. According to the FTC, the terms and conditions of the annual plan are intentionally buried in fine print or require opening separate links, which I tried to do. I couldn't even find it. I did find the page supposedly where the terms were, and I scrolled through it, and there's like a bunch, and I was like, I'm not gonna spend 10 minutes trying to. I even tried searching for it. I tried searching for fee, and it took me forever, and I could still not find it. Adobe has responded by saying that their subscription services are flexible. They are, I guess, wide-ranging. Sure. Yeah, true. Blah blah blah. Sign-up process is equally as involved as the cancellation process, with fine-tuning verbiage and multiple checkpoints. It doesn't really address the problem, though. The issue is that the long process is often met with stonewalled responses when it goes awry. On the Adobe community page, where users can ask questions or comment on bugs, over 1,000 posts have been made by users who have encountered issues with billing or process payments, and have been ignored or dropped from calls and chats with the customer service response team while trying to resolve their issues. I haven't really had problems canceling. I've canceled a few times, and yeah, it was just like I said, it was just. You have to click through a bunch of things to cancel, but it wasn't too hard for me. So there are 3 counts filed against Adobe. The first, that the company and its president and vice president have failed to clearly and conspicuously disclose material terms of the transaction. The second, that they did not get express consent before charging consumer cards on file. Not sure about that. And the third, that the company does not provide simple mechanisms for stopping recurring charges. These charges violate federal law already in place, namely the Restore Online Shoppers Confidence Act. I just think it's, whether or not this is true, it's just like, it is confusing. It took me a while to figure it out. I was like, oh wait, what's this fee? Oh, this isn't a month-to-month fee? Oh, it's actually a year agreement, and what's the fee? I have no clue. So, yeah, you get it. So, it's kind of dumb. I don't want to spend more than like 10 or $20 on Photoshop and Lightroom. But to be honest, I was paying for the whole suite before, so I don't know what the standard price has been for a while as far as just Photoshop and Lightroom. So I guess I'm gonna start looking at alternatives. I don't like what they're doing here. So yeah, I don't want to spend $35 just for Photoshop, Let's see, graphic design, video. Let's see, all. I don't want to spend $90 a month for the Creative Cloud. That's insane, man. $100 almost. They got photography, $20 a month. Let's take a look at this. Hold on. Do I have any personal information here? Nope. Okay, individuals, business. Yeah. Photoshop, $20. Yeah, so this is the annual paid monthly with the fee. I don't need all this. I just need Lightroom and Photoshop. Acrobat, Photoshop. This is the one that's just Photoshop, $35. Fresco, Photoshop Express. So, and then here's Lightroom, which is the annual paid monthly, so that's not the month to month. So they don't even have, it looks like, an option for Lightroom and Photoshop together month to month. They don't even have that. This one's the best value if you use 3 or 4 of the apps a lot. Like I used to do that. I used to use Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere, and like 2 more, which I forgot. Let's see, I never used After Effects. Oh, Lightroom, of course. I actually Classic, and then Bridge. Was it Bridge? Reader. That was Encoder. Yeah. So to me, it was worth it because I was doing it for work and stuff. Now, I paid for the yearly for CapCut and Figma. So, actually, I don't think I paid the monthly for Figma. I don't pay that anymore. Figma's free. Like, you can do everything in Figma for free. So that sucks. I mean, like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, I don't want to pay that much. So either I bite the bullet and I'm like, maybe I'll use it for the full year, or I look at alternatives. So that's what I'm going to do. Like right now, real quick, I'm going to look at alternatives, but most likely, hopefully this lawsuit goes through and then they'll be like, okay, we'll refund anybody that, we won't charge anybody that did the annual thing. So anyways, that's all. I just wanted to look at this because I was about to renew Photoshop and Lightroom, and I was like, wait a minute, these prices are, what's going on here with these fees and pricing and everything. That's all. We'll see you in the next video.